Kinspeople, Baldurians, friends, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
My father's here, Karlach. Cool your fires. He must not come to harm.
Wyll is right. We attack Gortash and Ravengard falls too.
Fine! I'll wait for now. But that prick Gortash is going to pay.
Please, come forward. Ah, what a surprise this is. My favorite assassin, back from her bloody disgrace, joined with my old bodyguard.
Wait, you know me as well as Karlach?
Oh, I'd forgotten. Your memories are quite lost, aren't they? Orin told me she'd made a fool of you. To think you and Karlach traveled together all this time and she hadn't the faintest you were one of my nearest and dearest. Let me clear up some mysteries then. It's about time, I think. You and I initiated this plot. We discussed in depth the failures of our predecessors and how to avoid them. We understood that if we were to unite, no one could stand in the way of the Dead Three. So, unite we did. First, we obtained the crown. Then we enslaved the brain. From there, it was but a small step to the most successful religious hoax ever perpetrated.
What does the cult of the Absolute have to do with this?
First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. You would have carried out that part of the plan had Orin not ruined your hard work. It was all going so well until you vanished. Orin informed us that henceforth she would speak for the Temple of Baal and act on their behalf. But she made a mess of things. Unlike you, she cannot control herself.
Hang on. What the fuck is going on here?
You misread me. I've come to end this evil plot.
Have you gone soft? I find that hard to believe. One's true nature always rises to the top. Baal isn't done with you. You must know that. You have effortless talents. Killing instinctually, like you breathe blood. Stand with Baal, or it will spell your doom. But I can offer some aid for the storm you're about to weather.
You should hear him out.
With Ketheric gone, Orin proves treacherous. She wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her.
What are you getting at?
Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know. She's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. Let's make our pact anew. A divine oath, sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
And my father?
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
Oh man. The Dark Urge may have worked with Gortash once, but the Glory we know would never ally with someone so dishonorable. But there is the very real fear that if rejected, he'll harm Ulder, and Glory could never forgive herself for that. So, for Ulder and for Wyll. Very well. I pledge my solemn oath. I will defeat Orin, and we shall be allies.
Then let it be writ by the black hand of Bane. I, Lord Enver Gortash, swear I shall do you no harm. We will rise together over Toriel as a roaring sun.
This isn't going to end well. Mark my words.
I understand your concerns, my old friend. But allow me to demonstrate why you made the right choice. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
An imposter? But who in the hells?
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
I must go.
Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
Fine. Let's get it over with.
You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent?
Reluctantly, nod.
Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
Spasm grips your chest. Your strength falters. An emptiness grows within you, Paladin. Something has been lost.
You have broken your oath, Paladin. At the close of day, I will be waiting for you. We have much to discuss.
No. No, no, no.
Unthinkable. To see my own father named Gortash, the sole ruler of Baldur's Gate. Please, we need to speak with him. Maybe he can see reason.
Right. That's why we're doing this. Stay focused.
I'll not trust the word that slithers out of Gortash's mouth. I need to hear it from you. He knows that you are a Baal spawn, but he named you more than that. Baal's chosen. One of the very people behind this plot. Is it true?
It doesn't matter. I am who I am. Now.
I will not lie and tell you that this does not cause me to doubt. But it doesn't change anything. What you were, the things you must have done. You cannot set it all to rights. But if you are still willing to try, then I am still with you. So ally yourself with Gortash, if you see some benefit in it. And we'll reckon with him when we must. It is your Orin you must face in the end. And your father.
He looks the exact same as he did 10 years ago. Fancy a coat, I suppose. The Archduke of Baldur's Gate. What a sham. You don't really intend to be his ally, do you?
I'll do whatever it takes to save the city, including allying with Gortash.
If I thought he'd keep his word, I'd agree. But do you really think Gortash is going to share power? Ever?
I won't operate blindly. If Gortash proves deceptive, we'll cut ties.
I hope it won't be too late by then. I'll play along for now, but I'm not letting him slip out of reach. He's going to pay for what he did to me, one way or another.
Truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls quiet.
Father, my dearest boy, the hells have touched you, but you've come to me just as Gortash said you would. A true soul, no less. Father and son, unstoppable generals. You and your allies will usher in a new dawn.
We're here to help you. Florrick sent us.
Help me? Ah, the Black Widow caught you in her web. Florrick chose shadow over light. Her betrayal burned deeper than the fires of a furnace. She's been punished for her lies. Don't let her get to you.
Punished? Gods, what has he done?
What have you done to Florrick?
I stilled her tongue. That's the end of the matter.
Connect with Ravengard's parasite to seek information about Florrick.
Within Ravengard's memories, you find Councillor Florrick. She is confined in a cell right here in Worm's Rock.
The sun rises, true soul. Are you ready?
By the gods, what have they made of the city's great hero?
What is a hero, if not an actor for the greater good? Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. Gortash and I will ignite the final spark, and that, true soul, is the greatest of goods.
No. This isn't him. This is the tadpole talking.
For a brief moment, uncertainty clouds his mind, then dissipates. The astral prism vibrates in concord.
What nonsense is this?
The prism quivers once more. Ravengard falters.
As I said, Baldur's Gate will ascend. Tyrill's first and only grand city.
Let's use the tadpole again.
First comes a vision of terror. The city of Baldur's Gate taken by Lithids. But beyond the terror, there is hope. You see a beaming raven guard presiding over the sunlit city, applauded by the people. A people at peace.
The Illithids have not erased him entire. Perhaps there is hope yet.
Have we finished then?
For now. Maybe we should talk over here.
Incredible. To hear my father's voice speak those words, like a stranger wrapped in his flesh. But there's still a glimmer of him in there, calling for release. I feel it. I know it. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge.
I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men buff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks.
As do I, but we agreed to deal with Orin first.
We need all 3 stones to command the brain. It matters little in what order we obtain them, or how. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of.
And what do you think of his warning? Of the doppelganger in our camp?
It would be irritatingly true to form, would it not? A Harper learns to doubt. To peer through every smile, question every look. Eventually, you find what it is you fear, whether it is there or not. When we cannot know, we can only trust. But then, that is exactly what a traitor in our midst would say. Isn't it?
I guess so.
There we have it. You were working with Gortash. You were a chosen of Baal. I guess you still are. I want to say it doesn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I should have seen it earlier. All the signs were there. I don't want to talk now. Give me time. A lot of it.
I understand.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree.
I've had enough, Mizora. What do you want?
Your attention, little pup. Nothing more. And you'll be glad to give it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated.
What? Where have they taken him?
To the slaughter, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
Well, your father's involved, which means it's worth hearing her out.
Mizora's always worth hearing out. That's what makes her so dangerous. We'll have answers soon enough. Mizora's gone to camp. We should speak with her. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Let's go see about Floric.
The guard is fast asleep.
Bathed in a 10-day. Ate all the onions.
Excuse me.
What now?
Goodness, how embarrassing. I had a heavy lunch. Welcome to Worms Rock Prison, the Fifth Nail Wee Jail. What's your business?
Duke Ravengard has sent me to interrogate Floric.
Last cell on the left. And give that traitor a what for. She'll know what for. Hang on, I'll let you through. Well, in you go. And don't feed the prisoners. Make them coffee.
It's kind of doubly tragic for Glory to see the Flaming Fist in this state because she wanted to join them at one point. But not anymore. Wait, who's in here? Oh. Okay, I guess he was right. Whoops.
You're too late. It's over.
By Avernus. Floric.
Counselor, what happened to you?
The Steel Watch happened. I came seeking allies to our cause. Watchers spotted me, dragged me to Ulder Ravengard's husk, empty as a stare. Your father's a tadpole's puppet, Wyll. Nothing more. He spoke in accusations. Apostasy, conspiracy, sedition. I'll be executed in 5 dawns.
The hell's with that? Nothing is over. Not while I still draw breath.
But Ravengard's not lost. I felt him reach out to me.
You felt him. Extraordinary. Maybe what is lost can be found. When the people need a miracle, you cannot wait for the gods to answer. Ulder's words. I'd almost forgotten. No more sulking. I know what to do. Unlock my cell. Escort me out of Worms Rock. I'll seek out my connections. When the city streets shatter, you'll want their blades.
Agreed. I'll find a way to unlock your cell.
Hurry. This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage when I'd all but run out.
It's the least we could do. Your faith in this city should inspire us all.
I'm glad to see you free. You've proven a vital ally.
When the flames roared loudest, you pulled me to safety. Most would have let me burn. I won't forget it. I will travel to the upper city. Find what allies I can. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands, I will stand with it. This is my promise.
And across this bridge, Baldur's Gate.
Welcome to the lower city, where Baldur's Gate truly comes alive.
Someone's happy to be home. And Glory will be happy to finally sleep in a real bed.
Mercenary they may be, but Father always demanded discipline from the Flaming Fist. Seems some grew unruly in his absence.
Your father made a fine job of polishing them up some. But a sellsword is still a sellsword. They are just following their nature.
And you think the Harpers are more dutiful?
I know that those who oppose
I should hope so. Certainly don't get paid half so well.
And now the conversation Glow has been dreading.
I have been waiting for you. I felt the moment of your liberation. The shedding of your bond. You called to me. I am here to show you the way.
The way to what?
A journey with no end. Trodden only by the desperate and the damned. It is a path I have walked since the moment I fell. Now, you will walk it too, Oathbreaker. You swore to protect life itself. To serve the natural order, to protect those who value life, and vanquish those who would destroy it. Tell me, why did you abandon your oath?
I had no choice. To follow it was to act against my conscience.
A noble sacrifice. To know the reason for your fall is, perhaps, to know the shape of things to come. Take comfort in your undoing. I, like you, abandoned my cause. But much can still be achieved. Your oath is broken. The light within you fades. A new power is awakening.
Isn't there a way to reclaim my oath?
It is possible. But such a promise must not be made lightly. Wealth must be sacrificed, and your soul repledged. It is wise to first consider what is gained, and what is lost in the bargain. Should you wish to do so, speak with me again.
Fine. Tell me more about these powers.
Darkness will obey your summons. The dead will march to your rhythm. Even now, these shadows gather around you. They sense the cracks in your armor. They yearn to be used, to be inflicted.
I don't want this. I want to remain... I want to be pure.
You may refuse, but this alone will not restore what was lost. Without light to guide you, or darkness to consume, you will remain adrift, powerless.
Powerless? I don't like the sound of that.
The powers you wielded were not yours alone. They were a gift, offered on the condition that your oath was upheld. In the darkness, new power beckons. In the light, the promise of restoration. But in between, there is nothing.
I will not be tainted. I will find a way to reclaim my oath.
Until that day, I will be here, and my offer will remain.
Well, that's one tough conversation down.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti Sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice. Adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
Just what are you up to?
I come to bargain. The hells demand witness.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Wyll. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
What are you proposing?
A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Wyll Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
You damned wretch. Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Gods. I spent 7 years choked by Mizora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
I thought you never regretted taking the pact.
I didn't. I don't. My sacrifice kept Baldur's Gate safe from Tiamat's rage. But that doesn't mean that the leash never chafed. That I was content to lap up whatever nonsense Mizora fed me. The leash has been broken and my father left for dead. Tomorrow I celebrate my gain. But today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Ravengard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something.
But your father's not dead yet, Wyll. Maybe there's a way to save him.
I signed his life away before the Hell's Witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise.
I'm so sorry. But you do deserve to walk your own path. And no matter what, I'm here to walk it with you.
Wyll sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. At times, a seedling must strangle the very tree that bore it, if it's to survive.
Not comforting.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well. But I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Wyll knows that. But we would do well to remind him, when his days grow dark.
I hoped we'd find another way to free him from his pact.
Hope. The very hook from which these devils try to hang us. I have no answers. For you or for Wyll. But if Mizora means to linger with us, I mean to find out if devils do indeed sleep. And just how heavily.
I'm with you there.
Wyll sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the pact is worth it to him.
Do me a favor and keep that thought to yourself.
Time and again, Wyll's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pact, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Is Jaheira the only person with something worthwhile to say? Well, Karlach still doesn't want to talk to me, so Lay?
Chuk. The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
Yeah, that's better. You.
Little Wyll's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into.
You forced Wyll to make an impossible choice.
Impossible? My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes?
I want you out of here. Now.
I'm afraid that's not an option. I'm quite stubborn, you see. Take a swing or a stab if you want, but I'll just slip away for a breather. One of the perks of being a half-devil, of course.
You are between worlds, Paladin. Have you made a choice?
I was just wondering, why did you abandon your oath?
I served a noble lord. I fought for him without question or restraint. Where his light shone, my sword followed. In his name, I raised villages, put thousands to the sword. I believed our greater purpose required such brutality, such sacrifice. But his light was so radiant, it blinded me to all else. I could not see the darkness and corruption of the path he led me down. When I finally saw the truth, he would not be reasoned with. So I ended him. For this, I was called Oathbreaker.
Do you regret betraying your oath?
Regret is for those who would act differently. I feel no such desire. What's past is past. We are here to discuss your future.
Regret is for those who would act differently. I want to become an Oathbreaker.
Do not resist. Surrender and be remade. Though born of a vile source, these powers can be used for good or ill. Your oath no longer binds you. The choice is yours alone.
Oh my god. Look at all the necromancy spells. What has happened to my good child? I don't even know what spells to switch out right now. Well, at least I know on whom I can practice my new abilities. It may not be a permanent solution, but it sure as hell feels good.